That intro song is really a bop, ain't it? It's good every time. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Hoping okay. That is crazy loud on my end. Holy. I'd like to hear later. What's happening, everybody? A little bit of an impromptu live stream here tonight. I figured I'm gonna be down here messing about anyway. Might as well hang out with you guys. What do you think? That all right? Let me know if you can hear me or see me okay before we get started. I see, for whatever reason, my camera isn't focusing. Oh, there it goes. It was focusing on him as per usual. God, I can't even tell you how many videos this thing has messed up for me. I should probably just move him out of the way. Literally constantly messing me up. Man. Anyway. A3D Medic, how you doing? Tim Talon, of course. Bearded Printer. Nigel. Brian. Yeah, timing's always weird. We got Tulsa. Aaron, what's happening? Hey, so much for going to bed early. Yeah, man, I'm not going to bed early tonight. I can't. I got coffee. I'm too wired. I want to get this done. Gorilla Biscuits, what's happening? Another CG. How you doing? My third 30 burner. Nice. Stream today. Look at that. You're on a roll, man. Who were the other two? What's up, Kenneth? How you doing? Or the Cobra X the other day? Hey, nice. That's cool. Are my clickables not showing up? Yeah. Why can't I call out these chats? Hey, One Raz. How you doing? Loud and clear. Right. Thank you. Why aren't my callouts being shown on the screen? Trigger fake message. Okay, fake message works in the stream. You guys can see this, right? Yeah, okay. Why can't I do a call out by clicking? Okay, well that's unfortunate. I'm not sure why that's not working. Typically on my screen in OBS, I can see everyone's chat messages from all the platforms, and when I click on any of them, they come up large right here in the middle of the screen. For whatever reason, that's not showing up. But like, why? All right, hold on, let's go here. Do they show up here? No easy mode? Yeah, what's going on here? Okay, they're not showing up. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because I don't have the sponsor thing up, but that should be unrelated. Yeah. Yeah, no sponsor today. I'm not doing a giveaway. So if you guys are here for the giveaway, sorry to disappoint you. But you're going to be disappointed. We're just hanging out. This is unrelated to 3D printers or anything like that. I'm just doing a fun little project. Mod yourself. Well, it is what it is. I'm not really sure why it's not coming up. Let me spend like another minute on it. Where is that even in social stream? Let's see. Messages, visibility. Why would this change? I haven't changed a single thing in like 2 years. Why would something change? Show source name. Nope. Hide limit. None of that stuff. Show only messages from members. No, that would be not good. Styling, effects, identify. No, none of this stuff. Where is it? Is there a search? Search. What to search for? Highlight. I want to display a message. Featured message. Okay. Featured chat. This. Featured chat overlay. Yeah, but why would this be gone? And how do I trigger it? Can I trigger it? What happens when I click this link? It opens social stream overlay. Interesting. Okay, well, it is what it is. Oh, here's chat call out. Wait. We're getting closer. Can I do this? Come on. Chat call out. All right, hold on. Let me. Yeah, let's do a quick and dirty. So I will paste this into here. Let's take this out. Bear with me, everybody. Okay, we'll keep that one. I don't want to ruin it. All right, we'll take this. Paste. Paste. Okay. All right, let's try chat call. Ready? Boom. Hey, why is that working now? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because it's working. Let me go to a different camera view. Does it work here? Hey, okay. I don't know. I just copy and pasted the same thing and now it's working. So, all right. Anyway. Anyway. He went to Steve builds. Nice. Cool. Yeah, because that way, see, I can like click and answer. At least there's some context to people that can't see all the other platforms and stuff. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Steve, that's fantastic. It says you came from Facebook, which I wasn't even sure it was possible on my OBS because I don't have Facebook Live set up at all, but cool. Welcome. I'm not sure why that's a thing. But yeah, that's very inspirational. And 100% true, actually. Could you start defining what Meshtastic is? Okay, so Meshtastic is interesting. I'm still really new. I'm like 2 weeks in. But it's really exciting for whatever reason. It's essentially uses these little LoRa radios, which you couple with small, chip boards like ESP32s. They're a little bit more power hungry. There's NRF 82s, which are pretty good. What's interesting, I didn't bring any down here with me. Like I have a few set up. But essentially what you do is Meshtastic is this off-grid radio frequency that lets you send messages that are fully encrypted from one Meshtastic device to another device. And everyone sends and receives these things when you're on the network, but only the one that you sent it to will receive it and be able to read it. So they're fully encrypted. And it's completely off-grid, and it doesn't rely on the power grid. It doesn't rely on any kind of network. It doesn't rely on anything. It's completely based on these individual devices. And the cool thing is every time you put up a node, you're adding on to this mesh network, and that's super cool. I've had two set up for a little while, one at the house, one I carried with me, and I was catching some nodes here and there. And even though I'm not like actively like using them for conversation, it's just like fun to do, fun to use tech in this way and to have this type of access, I guess. And then I set another one up. I set one of these solar panels up. I'll show you guys in a minute. Where I'm gonna have one at home and I'm gonna do one at work, which is quite a bit away. And my whole goal is to be able to bridge those two. I want to see if I can magically bridge, that far away of a gap. But as soon as I set that up, I got nodes out the wazoo. So now I'm out of nowhere. I'm connected anywhere from Virginia all the way up through Delaware, and I'll show you guys a little later when I connect this. So I'm able to send messages to that in that distance because I'm part of this like network now of these individuals. And like I said, there's private channels that you can make, but you can also do public channels. So if you really wanted to just say hi to people or connect with somebody, you can. That's not really the main goal, but it also has a million other uses that I'm just now like scratching the surface of. Like, for example, because they're still just these small boards and small microcontrollers, they all have pinouts. So you can do really interesting things, like when something is triggered, it can send a message to another device. And because you're not relying on any kind of power line or any kind of service, you can do crazy remote fun things. Like, I don't know, if you put on a weather meter and it rains, you could have the thing say, hey, it's raining here. Or if you have some, you know, something in the woods and there's just absolutely no service there, like a cottage or something, and you want to set up an alarm, you can have when the door opens, it triggers this pin on this, you know, device, and that device sends out a signal to all your other Meshtastic devices, and that can say like, hey, door's open. So bam, you automatically have an alarm system. You could do, that's just like the typical nonsense, you know, you can kind of relate to type things, but there's so much you can do with this. It's just like, it's just extreme fun to me. So that's what Meshtastic is in a nutshell. I found this one right here, and I linked it in the description. It's by a company called Rack, and I just set one of these up, and look how tiny it is. So, oh right, this camera, this camera, this camera, this camera. All right, so this is the one that we're going to be using today. Come on. There we go. So this is called the Rack 4630. Actually, there's another name of what this is listed under. And this one is a bit limited in what it has, but you have plenty of pinouts for what you want to do. It has Bluetooth, so you can connect to it. This side is the actual LoRa antenna. And the cool thing about this one specifically is it can actually handle a small, what's it called, solar panel. And it can manage it for you. So it can run off the solar panel, send extra off to the battery right over here, and if there's no solar, it can run off the battery. So even though some of these light things, I'll talk about this later, already do that, they have internal controllers that do this type of thing, this one can do it for you, and you can get some interesting telemetry and all sorts of stuff. So it's just interesting that this tiny little thing can do so much. It's really inspiring almost, and just really fun. And it's like this fun mix between software and hardware and radio, which I've never even considered. So yeah, super fun. Hey, Week Central. Last chat. What's up? What's up? Very clear stream. Gotta love EQ. Yeah, awesome. Cool. Good to hear that. I'm a little behind. I'm gonna try to catch up with this. Yeah, by the way, I do stream in 4K. I try to, even though the platforms don't support it. So it still downsamples it down to like 1080p, I think. But I do stream in 4K. Let's see. Self is looking too sus. Oh, man. All right, let's see what else. Did you end up finding a spot for the VHO? I did. Can you guys see it behind me here? It's actually upside down right now. I started taking a closer look at some of the things. The tool head is super interesting. I'm probably going to do another live stream or at least a video showcasing some of that stuff. I took the electronics panel off, and it's on right now because my son was down here and he likes to pull on things, so I closed it. But yeah, the electronics look great. I took the feet off because I'm going to make larger feet just so it can stand off the carpet a little easier. But yeah, so far it's great. I'm going to put a 6.6 millimeter nozzle on that thing. Yeah, looking forward to the VHO and using it more. I just got to get a few things done on it so that I can actually use it. Bitcoin for communications. You know what? In a way, in a weird, memey, fun way, that's true. It is like Bitcoin for communication. Yeah. Like decentralized, off-grid, nada. Hey, $10 from Bearded Printer. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. You know what's interesting is $10 can buy you half of this modification. So that might be another node, man. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So it's like modern day pen pal. That's funny. I mean, it does rely on a network, just the Meshtastic network. That's true. That's true. I meant like it doesn't rely on something like T-Mobile or AT&T or something like Comcast cable, you know, things that you, like a utility that you have to pay for that can one day just shut down or stop working for some reason or whatever. Reticulum sounds really familiar. No, I haven't, but I've heard this word past couple, you know, times that I've been just around, so I'm not sure, but it sounds familiar to me. Hey, True Father, what's up, Martin? How are you? GPS included? No GPS. It does do GPS as soon as you hook up to it with your mobile phone, which is mostly what I do. It's gonna have a definite coordinates, like what's the proper word to say it? Like I'm gonna put in coordinates for the thing of where it is, so it's gonna have an approximate location based on that. But you can get GPS. I just haven't done it yet. I'm watching 16K. You in the future, bro. Hey, F1, nothing. Just troubleshooting so far. Hey, Hugh Hef, just gonna build a little bit of a Meshtastic solar panel node, a little hack, a little fun hack. You can do a vid on Max 4 now, right? I can, yeah. You know, I've been testing that thing for almost 2 months, or it has been 2 months. I think everyone's put out their videos. I had some issues with the color bleeding, and I wanted to fix the problem before I make a video so that I know that there's a solution. This thing's working. If you guys want a TLDR right now, since you guys are in here and on the live stream, it's a phenomenal machine. Its weakness is the box. The box is the weakness. If you don't expect the box to be this like magical color device like some others are, where it can change a million colors and do all this stuff and it's absolutely flawless, it has its downsides, and I'll go over them in the video. I'll probably break down the video in 3 sections. Right now I'm thinking of like talking about the machine itself, the chitty box, and then the cooler, because there's some innovation there, and the machine itself is just, it's insane that you can get that big of a machine in a small form factor. Like, this thing is 400 by 400. The Max 4 is 390 by 390. This, I don't want to say it's twice the size, but it feels like it. This thing is much larger than the super compact for what it is Max 4. So it depends on what you're into. If you need to print a couple color switches with some ABS or nylon even, I just actually did multicolor nylon, which I've never done before. Yeah, it's going to crush. But just don't expect it to be absolutely flawless in the multicolor setup, because it's not. So, a game at 48K. Bro's gaming on an entire data center. What's the range? What's the max message size? The max message size, I believe, is 256. It could even be 128. We'll get into it. I'll show it to you. The range, it's as far as your antenna. Some people go really crazy with the antennas. I don't know enough about antennas to do it. This one in particular comes with, here, I'll show you. It comes with a little guy. And what's interesting is it's been really good for me. So it comes with one of these little antennas, which is fine. I've used it for a little while. But then it has let's get it out. Has one of these. What is this called? You know, I use these with my FPV drones all the time. But it converts to an SMA, I believe it's called, connector. This is a Bluetooth one. And then you get this little antenna, which I bought a bunch of different whip antennas for my other nodes, and they're fine. But this particular rack device seems to be way better than the other two that I have. I'm not sure why. I don't know if just the quality of this particular antenna is better or what, but it is. So we'll mess with it. Where is the... Oh, it's in here. Okay, so lock nuts in there. But yeah, this antenna seems to be way better than the bag of the similar antennas that I have. It's actually right here. Like, I have a whole bag of them that I've been using, and for whatever reason, this one works really well. But yeah, it's all in that antenna. If you guys have like a giant PVC thing that people make, you know, they get really pricey too. You can get pretty far. I'm talking miles upon miles, and as soon as you touch another node, it jumps to any other nodes, and they jump and they jump and they jump, and bam, you're in this network. So it's pretty cool. It's not, Nigel, it's not that the box messes up. It's that it needs a lot of purge. Like, it needs a lot of it. Like, way more than everyone else. So it works really good to just like swap. It works really good for heating. It works really good for ending one roll and putting, you know, and loading in another one automatically. But it's just not the best color changer on the market. Multi-material changer, whatever you want to call it, on the market. The printer itself and the specs are insane. I don't know if anything else even like that. Maybe the S1 Max is trying to kind of be in that territory as well, although just the size. What's the closest? I guess the closest is the K2 Plus. I don't know. I don't even know. It's that good. And then the cooler, the polar cooler, is insane. Anyway, I'll do a video on it where I can articulate my words better, because I'll take my time. But realistically, you're looking at a couple miles of line of sight. Yeah, yep. And you want to get these things as high as possible. obviously. I kind of live in a valley, which is interesting. But I see it seems to, when I put things on the roof, which is where this is going to go, it seems to work better. There's a Meshtastic map site that's worth looking at. Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. Here, I'll show you guys briefly. All of them are so far upstairs, I don't know if the Bluetooth will connect, but I'll give it a go. Here, I'll show you this map. Here, let's see if I can connect to this thing. I doubt it. If anything, I'll connect with this when it's built, and we'll see. There it goes. Okay, we're on one. So as you can see, this one node right here is just going crazy. Like, I believe I had 89 or something like that connections just to this one. Yeah, it's incredible. It really is just super fun. Let's see. There hasn't been any messages. There's a bunch of nodes next to me that do weather alerts and all kinds of stuff like that. But yeah, this isn't even all of it, to be honest. Like, we're connected. Yeah, like we were down all the way down here on some of the other nodes. Yeah, so it's just really, really cool that this is a thing. So yeah, this is quite the coverage. So if you're doing something local with somebody, like you need to communicate with them, or there's no power during a storm or something, yeah, you can. It's pretty cool. But yeah, generally speaking, this is it. This isn't the best app. The best app is on the phone. I'll show it to you guys later because I'll be able to connect. Here, so let's disconnect from this thing and go. Drug dealer, yeah. It's a solar powered outdoor router. I'll show you in a sec. Range is also very base to line of sight. There are some nodes on top of mountains, on top of towers. Go 50 miles. Yes, 100%. That's fact right there. But it's super fun. Like I said, it's really inexpensive. I put some links down in the description for the two main things. This you get at Home Depot. This light costs 12 bucks. Okay, so this is what I've used already before. So this, the solar panel is right here. It has this nice little enclosure. And I believe, yep, okay, it's charged. So this one in particular, just on like an RGB light. You can even keep it completely like this if you wanted to, and just put this in, let the light turn on and share the battery and whatnot. You could just put it in here. But yeah, we'll be focusing on this and connecting this. The cool thing is, this is 12 bucks. Now for 12 bucks, there's two decent batteries in here, 1,000 milliamp. So together right here, we got a 2,000 milliamp battery, which is really cool. Here, let's take these out. These are, right, wrong one, right here. These are 18.5, so 18,500, 3.2 volt batteries. Come on. Or whatever. Two of those, so let's take those out. Yep, and we'll waterproof that door a little bit better. But yeah, super simple. So this is $12, and this was $31. There are cheaper ones, like I ordered two from AliExpress that I use for handhelds that aren't the same one. They're by Seed, something Seed. They're even smaller than this, believe it or not. But for whatever reason, this one works really, really well. The only downside to this over the $34 version, which I also own, is this doesn't have an ability to add more sensors really easily. There's a bigger brother to this that's, I think, 34 bucks on Amazon in the same listing that's in the description, that you can add a bunch of other sensors. You can add GPS, you can add, I think, weather-related sensors, there's light sensors, all sorts of stuff you can add to this one in particular. But like I said, this one's cool because you can also manage the solar panel. So, hey, Cypher, no, not 18650, it's an 18500. So it's a little bit shorter. Come on, there we go. What are those pins? These are, there's a ton actually. This says boot ground TX0 RX0. Then we have VDD ground, SCL, SDA. I mean, it's still just a microcontroller underneath the LoRa here. So you can still get in there. Another CG, it's actually 2000. So, you know, they're combined in here. So 2000 milliamp is pretty good. That's what I use on all my other ones. And then you have the solar panel that's able to go. So these are actually really, really power efficient. So 2000, the one that I have all the way upstairs has been running for a week, and it's at like 60% on 2,000 milliamps. That's without a solar panel. So should be good. What's the location you were showing? How wide of an area were those devices covering? It was covering from Virginia to Delaware, and I was showing you the Bay Area in Maryland, just above north of Baltimore City. So, yeah, it is exploding. I just and it's just fun. Like I love tech, and this is just like right up my alley. This like hacky little thing is just right up my alley. So, yeah, 100%, yeah. Hey, Liz, how are you? Hola. How are you? We're going max nerd today. So basically, for this light, we're going to take off all of this. I don't need it. I'm not going to use it. 3D printed this in carbon fiber nylon. This is going to go instead of the light. And what it's going to do is this is going to let us install our antenna right here. So we'll install it this way. And then this, I did a nylon pause print right over here. You can actually see a little line, unfortunately. But this has magnets in it. So this is going to attach to metal. And then I'll be able to attach this whole thing just like that on it. So we can just chuck this thing on a roof somewhere on the metal pieces that are around chimneys and things like that. And it should work perfectly. Here, let's go ahead and attach this thing on here. Just so we don't have to think about it later. A lot of other mesh projects out there to try as well. Yeah, there's a lot. Yep. Hey, Jason, what's up, man? Around the Mesh Core project? What do you mean you run the Mesh Core? Like the whole thing? What do you mean? I want to look in the Mesh Core. Yeah, that's some of the same as you're doing now. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to do this the simplest way possible. I did my other one just slightly differently than what I'm going to do here. Actually, I added like connectors and plugged them all in. I'm not going to do that with this. This is going to be a little bit more permanent up there, and I don't need it to be modular like the other one that I built. So, essentially, I'm going to solder directly to the back of this board instead of using the connectors. And it will be totally fine. Yeah, let's try to hold this with this. And tighten this so I don't ruin the antenna from the back there. Alright, there we go. So, first step, bam, our antenna is ready to go. We got a little pigtail. It'll go in there this way. I have a little hot glue gun as well to make it waterproof. Like I said, I used connectors on my other one. I'm not even gonna get them out, so we're not gonna mess with that. I'm just gonna solder directly to it. I feel like this would go well with the geocache community. Yeah, it could. It's like a similar type of thing. Yeah. Oh, I see. I'm doing the mesh core instead of Meshtastic. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the other side of it yet. I'm definitely gonna give it a shot. But so far, it's huge. Like there's just so much. There's so many. I'm connecting to so many nodes at this point. I'm not like rushing out to do it. The first couple days, by the way, I've had nothing. So it's kind of interesting that it was like the third or fourth day, whatever happened, it just blew up. I must have connected to a larger one and it just kind of went nuts. So. What's up, Kev? It says messaging without Wi-Fi and cell. Yeah, and technically without power. Because this is solar. Yeah, just straight up, completely off-grid communication. As long as you can connect to the other node, and you don't need the entire mesh network. But the way that it works is, if you're in range of any of them, they all send the message. They all hop between each other. So the more of these things that are out there, the more powerful the whole network is. So you could use it more. I know some people run them in their car, like on their roof, and all kinds of cool things. So we'll see. Buzzsaw. Nice. Run both? Yeah, I even saw where you can put two of them into one thing, and they just have two separate antennas, and you can run both. So that definitely gonna mess with it for sure. Can you use it to give your 3D printers sentence? I don't know what that means. Explain to me like I'm 5. Anyway, in the meantime, let's go ahead and start taking this thing apart. And if you guys have any more questions, let me know, because, you know, I'll try to answer. Printer to post messages. Oh, yeah. You probably could. So, yeah, you'd have to have some way of connecting one of these devices to what the printer is doing. There's also another side of it too, called what is it, MQTT, where you can actually hook these things up to the internet, and it's to me personally, I think that's backwards. But yeah, they can also, since they have Wi-Fi, they can connect to, this one doesn't, but some of them have Wi-Fi. Since they can connect to the internet, you can essentially have the messages connect to the internet, and if you have another node that's, a million miles away, it can also connect to the internet under the same account, and now those two devices can actually communicate through the internet, and still also communicate with the mesh network. So it can grow exponentially as soon as you add that. But to me, I think that's backwards. I'm not a big fan of that. I didn't think that part was interesting. But just so you know, that is possible. You can use the internet and just make the network more robust, I think. Can think for itself. T800. Yeah, just messages. So relay repeaters, yes, exactly. It's not ham, although it's 915 megahertz. Is the specific wave. MQTT over mesh. Yeah. Is there a website that displays all the mesh nodes in your area? There's several. I can connect to mine real quick. I showed it a little earlier. I'll just do it again. Here, so this is what mine is seeing. Let's do this one. This is what one of mine is seeing. The other solar panel that I did earlier. So just give it a sec to connect, and it'll go. But there are. I think MeshSense has a global map you can look at. There's a bunch of others, but they're not like live, so they don't show every single thing that there is. So yeah, here's my area. Yeah, and the longer it sits, the more it connects to. So we were way down here earlier. We were in Virginia earlier, so people must be coming and going. Someone must have a giant antenna somewhere that I caught at some point. But yeah, here's the current situation. So anywhere, and this one doesn't even show you like the rings. There's a bunch of other apps that show you how far the range of each one of these things is. And it makes it so much better. Because then you can actually see which ones are talking, which ones are idle. But yeah, you can kind of see what's happening here. So, for example, this right here, just now, right, 10:02. So at 10:02, another node, Echo 1, showed me another route. So from mine to 5433 to 3DP2, which is my other one, to ECO1. So there's 4 hops in this case, or 3 hops, you might say, to get to here. So if I was to send a message to here, that's how it would get through the other nodes to get there. Here's another one that's a 4 hopper right here. So from S to DSRP, STS2, FJP1, and then bam to S. It's kind of cool. Here's another 4 that's just happening. So they're constantly sending and talking, but it's fully encrypted. So I can only see the messages that are 1 in public, or 2 that are directly to my. So there's a key. There's a key that you add. You copy paste it or use a QR code for both your devices, and then bam, now you have a private channel, like one of these things. Nope. So it should be completely off grid off-network, private. Really cool. Did Al Gore invent this? That's good. I'm still confused. Hey, by the way, what's up, Jason? I'm still confused what I can do with these. Well, one, you can message independently. So, like, man, I gave a bunch of different examples. I think the simplest one is, since these are just microcontrollers, you can use any of the pins to trigger a message to send to another one of these. So, one I saw a really cool use case. It was a guy that had a off-grid setup in the woods. It was like not a barn. It was like a cabin. There was no power going to it, and the cost to get power there was insane. So he had these solar panel versions, and it was one where he had his door. His door had a really simple sensor. It went to like pin, I don't know, let's make up a pin, PD1. So when PD1 triggered, this thing sent out a message to his private channels that said front door open. You know what I mean? So like, and because it doesn't rely on anyone else's service, it's as long as it's within range of another antenna, it's able to like send that message. And you can do a ton. You can do like a bunch of triggers. You can have weather stations, all sorts of just really interesting random things. Oh, today I saw a dude on an airplane he put out a message, hey, greetings from this flight, whatever. And another guy on another airplane said, hey, I'm on this other flight. They both, had their flights in there. Insane. It's because in the sky, apparently this thing really shines. So I thought that was just incredible. This is how aliens do it. That's funny. Yeah. So, and Jason, the coolest part is, when you add one of these things to the network, as soon as it's up and live, it's within range of any of them, they're all on the network. So it chains messages between everybody. So when you add it to the network, you're contributing to the whole thing. It's really cool. Tom's channel? Nice. Yep. Yeah, so they all get the message, but it's encrypted, so you can only see it from one end to another. That's the really cool part. Should I zoom in a little bit for this? Here, let's do a little bit more of a zoom here. By the way, guys, for those people that have these silicone mats, right, for soldering and hot air work, how do you clean these things? Like, whenever I do anything on here, whenever I work on any project, I get all this like just filth because it's silicone. It's like dust and little bits from plastic. And it's really annoying. Is there like an easy way to clean this? Use tongue to clean. I already tried. It didn't work. Hand vac? Well, we can do that. I have a series of vacs. Here, let's try. This will probably be loud. Nah. No, the vac sucks. You guys get it. I use alcohol. I use alcohol, but not for cleaning. All right, so check out how simple it is in here. So we got our batteries. Obviously, I took them out. Check this out. Come on out. Who's holding? Oh, okay. These wires got like hot glued. All right, let's dump these out first. You definitely want to keep these. Let's move them over here to the corner. We're just adding some more little bits and pieces everywhere. Taking in the shower with you. Your noise cancellation is pretty good. Yeah, the noise cancellation on here is fantastic. It really is. Helps mask all the farts and stuff, you know? Rubbing alcohol? Nice. All right, so they went really crazy with the hot glue on this one. The previous one definitely didn't have nearly the same amount. No problem. Here we go. All right, so here is all that's in here. So this is our solar panel, and we can remove this. There's not enough solar to actually do anything in here. So there you go. There's our solar panel. So basically, this is what we're really paying for. The $12 is this little enclosure and these batteries. If you were trying to buy this separately on Amazon, I guarantee you it'll be 3 or 4 times more. So walking into Home Depot and grabbing a couple of these just makes total sense if you want to do it. And then inside here, I cut off this light. We're not going to need this controller, although you can totally use it. If you want to use any other LoRa system that doesn't have control for your solar panel, you can just keep this in here because this thing controls the charging, and just run 2 wires directly from these battery leads to here, and it'll completely work. But from what we're doing here, we're keeping things really simple. These are just getting snipped right off of here. So I'll snip it pretty close. And I'm not going to throw this thing out, just the light. Because if I ever decide to take this one out, I'll put another one in there or something along those lines. I can always solder that back on, no problem. So. Hey, we're getting raided by Shenanigans 3D. I appreciate it, Shenanigans. Welcome in, everybody. Is it a 3-watt panel? I think so. I think it might even be a 5-watt panel. I'm not sure. There's literally no writing on here, and I threw away the packaging. Go into the description. I'll put a Home Depot link. See if you can find it in there, actually. I'd appreciate it if you can find it in there. Hey, doing great. Doing great. Just doing a little bit of unrelated project than I typically do. I figured I was just going to sit down here in the basement and do this anyway. Might as well throw on a live stream and hang out with some friends, you know? So welcome in, everybody. We're just over here messing with the Meshtastic. What is that, a Nano Pi Neo? No, this specifically is a... Give it a second. Company called Rack. And this one is a Rack 4630. And it is a smaller version. The Big Brother is a little bit longer, but you can add on many more sensors than you can onto here. This is just a LoRa unit and a microcontroller. So we have Bluetooth, we have our LoRa antenna, and most importantly, this right here is our solar management, and this is the battery where you plug in the battery. So, and it's already pre-flashed with Meshtastic, so this is the easiest way you can do this. Hey, 3D Printer Shack, what's up? J Rabby, what's up? What's up? What's up? Dad's RC Workbench. That's what I do in my low solar light. Yeah, just cut it. Twitch raid. What's up, Paul 3D? I run a Haltech V3. Yeah, so I thought, you know, as always, because you go on Amazon, right, and you start searching, I thought I was going to buy a couple of them. But I ended up buying some, what are they called? Seed. Oh, man, I don't remember the second word. Meshtastic. They're really little. Yeah, okay. So I bought a couple of these. Here, I'll show you. I bought a couple of these. They're tiny. Like, that's a USB-C. So I bought a couple of these just to mess with. They actually came really quickly. And they're super fun. But for whatever reason, even with a different antenna, with a pigtail, this one just demolishes that one in range. With the same antenna. And I'm not sure what the difference is. I'm not sure why. I tried reflashing. I tried different versions. I tried clearing it and resetting it up. So yeah, I should have brought them down. They're way upstairs. I'll show you what the final looks like. I don't even have a photo with the whip antenna. Anyway, they're super fun. I have a bunch of nodes now, and when I made one of these the other day, it blew up. I reached way further. So we're just gonna stick with it and build the same one. Yeah. I can't. How do you say this? Come on. Zhao. I don't want to butcher it. Yeah, Seed Studio. The Rack wireless board are better. That's what I'm finding is the Rack board seems to be just way better. I'm running Mesh Core. Yep, I got to look into Mesh Core. I'm probably going to try to do both at one point. So we'll see. We'll see how all that works. Total panel not specified, but product description says 1 watt max power. But could be the LED. Yeah, that could be the LED. So this does power a 120 lumen light typically that I just cut off and threw on the floor. So we'll see. We'll see. The other panel ran all day today. It didn't drain. So that should be good. What kind of antenna do you use? I'm using the standard antenna with this. I don't remember what these are called, but I have a what's it called? MuseWorks whip. Hold on. Let me find it. Amazon. What is it? Muse whip antenna. There's a specific name brand of these antennas. You guys probably know. You guys probably know the name. Well, these are all like knockoffs of it, but it's a really inexpensive. It's like $12 for one. I don't remember what the there. Let's just type in 915 whip antenna. There we go. It's this, isn't it? Yeah, Musi. Oh, sorry, small screen. Yeah, this. So this antenna right here, I bought 2 of these things. They're 170 mils, so you know they're not big, but these antennas are apparently pretty damn good for what they are. So I bought 2 of these for those for the 2 nodes that I carry around. Well, one that I carry around, but both of them have it. So we'll see. This one, for whatever reason, this particular one is working really great on my other rack node. And you know what? What's funny is I didn't try the rack with the whip antenna. I might try it on this. But yeah, there's a lot of antenna options and a lot of decent ones that aren't even that expensive. So, ciao. Okay, I'll try. I got a few SP32s. Yeah, so the reason why I didn't go with the with an ESP board is just because I hear they drain the batteries twice as fast as these NRF 82s. I actually don't know which chip is on the rack, but it has something to do with the NRF style chip. So, hey, Clown Hammer, what's up? Do you have a link to the light I'm not seeing on my Home Depot app? I do. It's in the description. I put the this board and the light specifically. Although anything in that style works well. A lot of people use a bunch of different kinds. What's Mesh Core versus Meshtastic? Competing standards already? Yes. Yeah, well, they're really similar, but yeah, they work slightly differently. So there's Mesh Core, which apparently isn't quite as popular, but works better for more reliable messaging. But Meshtastic is way more popular, so you have a chance of hitting nodes way more than Mesh Core, from what I understand. Rack is NRF. Okay, cool. Yeah, so the NRF boards, this is my 4th one, is apparently they just sip on battery. So that's why 2,000 milliamps is going to be plenty. Anyway, let's keep going here, or else I'll be just chatting it up the entire night, and we won't be able to get anything done. So, like I said, what I'm going to do with this one, unlike what I did in the past with my other ones, is I'm just going to solder this directly to this board. No connectors. We're just going to go right to it. And it'll be nice and easy. We'll still be able to reverse anything that we might need, but shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm just going to get the sheeting off the edges, the ends of this wire. We'll tin them, and then here's the cool part about this one in particular. So what we're going to do is we're going to attach this to the back here, right? It's going to go like this so we can have some pivoting action. There is an opening here for the original wire. That's where this antenna is going to go in, like this, and now we have our pigtail going up. The cool thing is this rack thing module here can go right there, and the screw fits. So it literally mounts right here. The antenna goes down there, plugs in right here. Our Bluetooth will be right over here. Super neat little setup. And then from the back, before we install this all the way, I'm just going to go ahead and hot glue that. Oh, sorry. Hot glue this right here. Right there. And we should be good to go. It should be sealed as much as it can. Then around the battery door, it looks like At one point, they wanted to have some kind of rubber, but they didn't. What I did is I cut up some TPU, and I shoved it in there, and we'll do that as well. And that's how we're gonna roll with this thing. All right, so let's just get right into it, right? So first things first, I think we're just gonna solder things up. Or should we do the mount first? Nah, we'll probably solder it up. And then we'll do the mount after that. That's what I'm thinking. I could talk hundreds of miles on mesh core. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a couple people that I've seen specifically talking like, this is the next thing. And then there's also in the same like wavelength, people are saying, oh, mesh core. I mean, Meshtastic, blah blah blah. It's almost like, you know, people are stuck on Bitcoin and won't go to anything else. But then there's also people that love other coins as well, but they won't touch, not touch Bitcoin. They're all about like the whole thing as a scene. But yeah, I'm thinking I might actually build one of those that has two, so I can reach both. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Imagine running off the same hardware, just flashing different firmware to switch. Yeah, that's how it is. You can run mesh core on both, not on both, like on each device. Mesh core repeaters repeat and not client nodes. Oh, okay. These just do that. Hey, nerds. Listen, I have one even right next to me. I just didn't want to get it. What's up, Tech Jeeper? How you doing? You have choices. Choices are great. I agree. Couldn't agree with you more. All right, let's hook up the Bluetooth antenna. Let me just cut this label off and try not to cut the actual wire. Don't want to do that. Meshtastic is 7 hops and mesh core is 64 hops. I did not know that. 64. Well, no wonder it's more reliable messaging from what I hear. That's quite a bit. That is quite a bit. I hate these little connectors. I get it. But man, they are a pain. There you go. Click that. So there is a little thing on the label. It says BLE, so that's Bluetooth. And this has some adhesive. So when we mount it, it can actually go right up here, which is nice. And then this guy we'll put through here. And yes, it is going to dangle around a little bit. But let's plug in our antenna. Come on, there we go. Okay. All right, so that's generally how it's going to sit. So typically what I did on the other one and what other people do is you can use this connector for the battery, this connector for the solar panel, and the ground is on the outside and the positive is on the inside. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to use these pins on the back to solder directly to them. So for example, this one is our battery. So this one is going to get the ground wire white on the outside, red on the inside. And then this, we're going to come in from this side with the solar panel and go black on the outside, gray on the inside there. And we're just going to solder to the back of this thing. Therefore, it'll just be cleaner. I don't need any plugs. If it's working, it's working. Set it and forget it. Then you have a printer. That's right. That's true. On Meshtastic, every node repeats. On Mesh Core, only repeaters repeat. You can pick how your messages routes too on Mesh Core. Nice. Sounds like you get your feet wet in one and then you check out the other one. That's what it sounds like. So I'm ready. My body is ready. What is this? Select stream. I've never even seen this little menu before. Some little new menu in OBS in the middle. Anyway, let's get out our soldering iron. Here it is. I'm just gonna run it off our battery today. Just the 6S battery. So we get that instant heat. I love this pine saw so much. It's definitely an amazing soldering iron. For those that are interested in a soldering iron, that's what I would highly recommend. All right, so first things first, I'm gonna tin. Oh, check this out here. I always love showing this off. So this is the pine saw soldering iron. Right now, I have it hooked up to my drone's 6S battery here. It actually has a bad cell. That's why I don't fly with it. That's why I use over here. And it's, so I guess it's a 5 cell at this point. But check this out. You guys ready? I'm going to hit this button. It's going to heat up to 350. And you guys can count. Ready? Almost there. 330. I mean, it's already piping hot. Oh, I have it set to, I might even have it to set to 330 something. 335? Never mind. I thought I was going to 350. I have it set to 335. So there you go. Literally a few seconds. And it has a sleep timer, so if you set it down, it starts cooling itself. It's just the best. It's literally incredible. Should probably clean the tip real quick. Okay. All right. Tinned. Tin. Tinned. Might as well do these real quick. I'll get you guys a little closer in here. In a minute. Come on. There he goes. Okay. All right, let's get a little bit closer so you guys can see what the heck I'm doing. I'm sure my fingers are going to be just in there. But I'll try. Nope, that's the wrong camera. We need this one. I'm like, why does that look a little different? Go like this. Move up here. There we go. How long until big telecom lobbies to get decentralized comms regulated? Who knows? But what's happening, man? Good to see you in here, dude. Brian. You need to print yourself a fume vent? That's true. It's out of all the things that I have. I actually have a fan that's sitting right back there that I could just put to use, but you know. It's not on right now. So I have a filtration system right here and one in the other room, but I do have a smaller one for this. But of course it's not. Of course, right now I'm just breathing this stuff in. Inhale slowly. It's all right. I'm doing squinty eyes. So yeah, right now the pine saw is, well, you guys can't see, but it's in sleep mode because it sat here for a couple seconds. Because it has a sensor in it. How cool is that? Hey, Jake, Chicken Wire, first time here? Well, hopefully it won't be your last time. Or something like that, I don't know. Yeah, man, we're just building a little fun little Meshtastic node, solar panel node. All right, so let's stop beating around the bush. So this one over here on the far side, this is going to be our battery. So we need to jump in here like this, right? Yes. So red is going to go on the inside. Probably a better way to do this than how I'm doing it. And that's totally fine. There's not a lot of power going through here, so we don't need to go crazy with it. You know what? Hold on, let me attach this maybe. Why don't we attach this board? Right there. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that real quick. That way we can have some purchase power. And we can do our soldering. Oh, this is the wrong one. Of course, we need this one. Come on. First, I'm going to drop it 10 times. Because, like, you know. Come on. I was joking. Come on, man. Get it together. There we go. There we go. Okay. Now it's on there. I've been holding my breath for solder for such a long time. Yeah, right? You're doing it with the vent on. One frame per minute. All right, let's do it. So this, some on the tip. Okay. Plus on the inside. Ground on the outside. I need a little bit more solder here. There we go. There we go. That should be perfect. And technically, if you really wanted to, you could put some glue on there, some hot glue. I'm not going to worry about it, but you can. Let's show this on this side, just so it's a little bit easier. All right, same thing here. Ground on the outside. And these pins right here are a little bit smaller than the other two. Let's get a little bit more solder on there. Perfect. That's the trick. Put some solder right there. There we go. All right, that should be literally it. So I'm going to unplug this, set that off to the side over there to cool down. Unplug this battery. All right, so let's flip this thing right ways. Here we go. Get this on this side. Flip it this way. Like this. And get that back in. There you go. So that is a really, really simple way to do this. There is no nonsense. Actually, what else I want to do, and I need to do this on my other one, is put a couple packets of desiccant in there. Just in case there is some water that wants to get in there. Of course, when I need it... Oh, here we go. That's where I put them. I was like, where did I put these? I know I have a ton. So I'm just going to grab a couple. If you guys 3D print, I know you guys have a lot of these things around. And I know this because I do. So I'm just going to take one of these and put it on the opposite side if I can. Actually, it won't be able to fit two, looks like. Get one in there. Away from everything, just so it helps, just in case there's a little bit of something. So let's check if this thing works real quick before we go any further. It does need both batteries in to boot up. So we are looking for a green blinking light. We have a green blinking light. So this thing is good to go. I'm actually just going to keep it on while we do the rest. So we'll just make sure we're not pinching any wires when we close this. Oh, right. Sorry. Last thing right here on the inside is we need to put our Bluetooth antenna in here. So let's peel this. Get these wires in here, and the Bluetooth right at the top right here is perfect. Right there. Nice and neat. Everything's on. Should be good. It stopped blinking for whatever reason. Oh, no, it's not. There you go. We're blinking. We're good. I was like, oh, man. Why is it not blinking anymore? It is. All right, what's in the way here? Oh, panel is upside down. There we go. And bada bing, bada boom for that. So let's close her up. Here, let me unzoom a little bit. And I'll catch up with you guys in the chat in just a second. There we go. I'll move the gimbal a little bit. Yeah, let's get a couple of these tightened up. Do you have to flash the mesh software on that? Not on this. The rack boards come with it pre-flashed. And the other one that I had from a week ago was flashed with the newest firmware. Let me try to catch up with you guys real quick. I was using a HEPA filter for soldering until I realized HEPA doesn't work for gases. True. I have a HEPA and it's a combination filter. Oh, not this one. Come on out of here, buddy. That's the wrong one. That was the second one from the old board. Come on out. Don't be a pain. Get out of there. Alright, magnet. We're gonna have to do some work. Magnet. Magnetize. Where are you? There he goes. Magnets. Gotta love them. After watching a guy restore a watch, this is painful. Yeah, Jason. You gotta lower your standards by quite a lot. This ain't no watchmaking, that's for sure. That's funny. Starlink. Not sure if you mentioned, what sorts of temp do you run at on your soldering iron? I run 335. Yeah. I mean, you know, what do I know? But yeah, so far so good, right? How long do you expect those batteries to power this with no sun? So far, I have another unit with a 2000 milliamp pack, and it's been on for a week, and it's in the 60%. So when this is 100% charged, it'll go crazy. Also, if you do want to charge these without the battery, without the solar panel, you just plug in USB-C and it'll charge through the little controller. So it's cool. You don't have to like take these out to charge them on some kind of other charger. You can do it right through the USB-C. So I was actually thinking about a way to have like a waterproof USB-C plug on the side so you don't ever have to take it apart. But taking it apart is so easy. Just a couple screws. What do you get with a Bluetooth connection? Just another way? No, so that is, the Bluetooth is how you actually interact with it. I'll show you the whole setup in a few minutes here, once we set this up. But yeah, so the only thing I have left now is to do this portion. And this portion, we need some hardware. I need 2 washers to get a good purchase on that, on this pivot. This is actually not meant for this specific light. It was just something I found. Actually, I should probably link this person's work. But I designed this magnet that'll just slide in here. So this will hold on to any metal. All right, so we need that. I do need a screw. Is this big enough? Okay, this is big enough. And then we need one of those locking nuts from here. And by locking nuts, I mean washers. Just to help us not lose any of these things to wind. I want this thing to hold down. Yeah, so Rhodesman, there's other type of devices too. Like there's things that almost look like old school PDAs with little keyboards, and they're standalone. There's also ones with touch screens that are also standalone that you can like type on. You don't need to hook up. But technically speaking, you need to hook up to this to use it, right? So it's just the antenna part, but you'd need to hook up to it to use it. All right, this antenna can go in here. All right, so first things first, we need some hot glue. What do I do with the hot glue gun? The hot glue gun is beautiful and pink, of course. All right, look at this little cutie. Wait for that to heat up. So basically, this hole right here, where the antenna's coming from, is the only hole on this thing right now. While this thing's heating up, let me grab some TPU. There we go. This is actually PIBA, but all good. All right, and then while that's happening, let's do 45 degree on this. Then we'll put it there. Actually, this door slides from here. Let's put it here. Yeah, I was right the first time. But yeah, I think a printed gasket would work a little bit better here. But this is definitely better than nothing. Just gonna make a little impromptu gasket. I'm not sure how they got away with not having one here, actually, in the first place. Looks like this thing I cut backwards or put it in upside down. That's okay. We'll just snip it. Like there. Snip. There we go. All right, and then we'll just close that door. And slide. Click. Cool. I'll leave the stickers on there just for a little bit more stealthiness. You can use an analog port to read the battery level. You can add code to the sleep more. Oh, yep. Yeah, you can. And yes, there is lots of battery saving modes in it as well. It just basically takes longer to communicate with the entire mesh, and it sleeps more. But yes, there is ways you can get. So these things already give you the readout for the battery, which is really nice. Here's modes like 30. So here's the thing. There's also a lot that are invisible because you don't have to be on the map. You can just be I don't remember what the name is. I can show it to you when I boot up the app. But yeah, you don't have to be on there, which is really cool. You can just be invisible. So sometimes there's nodes where you don't know, but it still gets used in the mesh network. So yes, I have a fantastic mesh here. It looks like. Yeah, the ones with the keyboards are cool. The ones with the keyboards are definitely cool. I have so many questions. How does the online map get updated with devices if they're not connected to the internet? So it puts out a GPS coordinate when it's connected, and you can opt out of this, but that's how the map gets updated. It puts out GPS coordinates to the network. First, they seen a raw TPU gasket. That's right. What maps are y'all using to see nodes? This is not the best way to do this, but I'm using an app called Meshsense, and I believe Meshsense has a website where it just shows the nodes without them being on here. So we'll get into more of that in a second. Incognito mode, that's right. It does look like a BlackBerry, that's right. The app has a nice removable caulk. Oh, cool. Releases the squirrels. Midnight Wolf, what are you talking about? All right, let me add some hot glue into the mix here. So I'm just gonna cover this whole thing, and let's remove it. And what I like to do is I will push this down into there just a bit, like this, and I'll let it cool. There we go. Yep, that still works. Okay. Let that cool. We'll clean it up a little bit so it's not just a hot mess. And when it's cool, this thing will just release this. Here, let's add this on top of there for some weight. Oh, did it already come off? No. There we go. Did you pull Meshsense from GitHub? Yes. Yes, I did. Actually, while we're sitting here waiting for this hot glue, let's see where this thing is. Yep, I see it. Meshtastic E071 is the name of it before I rename it. So let's see if we can connect to it. My favorite app to use this on, by the way, is called Social Mesh. That's a really cool one. The passcode to these is 123456. You can obviously change it, but the fact that it's asking me, that's good. All right, there we go. So our node is live. It has 15% battery, as you can see right here. And it's gonna take a little while to do its thing and connect and figure out. Like I said, my other one took about 3 days. It was finding nodes immediately, but on the third day it went absolutely crazy. Also, we do need to do some settings. For example, oh, I can't move it. Okay, so for device. Oh, I don't think I can do it on here, can I? Right. I can't do it here. Yeah, so you need to tell it which frequencies to use here. Let me disconnect from here real quick. So I think I can actually use my phone, right? Yeah. All right. Here, let's move the phone over here. Needs my fingerprint. Okay, open it. Yep. Connect. Oh, was I not supposed to open it like that? Phone in use. Lock your phone. Okay, phone's locked. All right, here, let's open this app. We'll just use the regular one for now. All right, can you guys see this? Here, let's close this one. All right. So it's trying to connect to my other one. I'll disconnect to it in a second. So this is the other one, the other solar one that I built. Looks like there's a message. Let's see what it is. Oh, there's a local one that's a bot for weather, which is kind of cool. So you can see there's some people talking in here. Cape May. Acknowledge that from UA433, wherever that is. It's kind of cool. Someone just said duck. I actually put a duck emoji on here. I'm not sure why you can't see it in this app. The social one, you could see it. All right. Anyway, so yeah, you can see here's the main one. This one's going to the office tomorrow, and then we have 3D Print SOS Node 1, 3D Print SOS Node 2, and this one's going to be Node 3. So here, let's disconnect from here. Disconnect, and unknown. I guess it's unknown. We got full green. All right, let's connect. Connect to this radio. Yes. Can I type here? Oh, look at that. All right, pair. Someone's sending messages in flight. Yeah. Like I said earlier today, someone was sending a message in flight, and then another person on another flight was also sending messages. Kind of crazy. All right, so yeah, so as you can see, this thing right away is like, hey, there's no region set. So we got to go into the presets. We'll do United States. I don't want MQTT on for this. Everything else on here is fine. So let's save. And it is going to reboot, but when it reconnects, we should be able to start to see nodes right away. Like I said, this antenna is really surprisingly great. And it does reboot for a little bit. As you can see, this thing just released, by the way. So while we're waiting for that thing to reconnect, let's work on this a little bit. So we'll just clean up the hot glue. All right, and then this guy goes like this. So here's what we do. We put in a little nut on this side. Put in a little bit of our bolt there. Yeah, we get people on airplanes. Yep. All right, and I'm going to put both of these washers on this side. The other side is definitely harder to do. And we'll fiddle it a little bit, but that's okay. All right, put it through this side. Now let's see if we can get these washers in there nice and easy. But we all know it's not going to be nice and easy. We got our intro song playing. Skip that. Great song. But let's save it for the intro. Alright, gotta take that out some. I know this is gonna be hard to see, and believe me, it's hard to see for me as well. Alright, did I make it? No. Oh, and I dropped it all the way down in there, didn't I? So yeah, Jason, you're really gonna be watching some pain if you were watching somebody repair a watch. What's the opposite of that? This is it. Okay, I'm gonna put this giant washer in there. Come on. There we go. Okay, that's one. And now we gotta get this in there. This will give us plenty of clamping force. Come on. This is probably why you guys watch this, just so you can watch me suffer a little bit. Yeah, let's try this end. Now we just gotta push that down in there. There we go. Progress. Boom. That should be good. Can we get it? There we go. We got it. All right. And then all we need to do now is tighten this up. There we go, all the way at the top. We'll just give it some power. There we go. All right, there we go. Check this out. Here, let me zoom this camera out. Oh, that's as far as it goes, huh? All right. Basically, oh, it's black and my shirt's black. All right, here's what we got. We got this tiny little unit. I mean, I guess it's not that small. And then we have our magnet. And I made one of these both in this orientation and this. The next version will have both of those on one so that you could just throw the magnets in here after a pause and install it which way you want. So this just slides onto there. Throw this magnet wherever and bam. And then the antenna is exposed, so you can put on any larger antenna later without actually redoing anything. You just kind of unscrew and put another one in. Man, the seeing it on my black shirt is like impossible. But yeah, pretty damn cool. Super fun. All right, so that's sitting there. Oh, there you go. You can see it better like this. Here, let me get some of this stuff out of my way. So as you can see, just with a little bit of solder and, you know, makes it a really, really fun and nice little hack. All right, let's see where we're at with this. So we are back to connected. Let's get in there. Oh, we're already catching all the nodes. So yeah, basically having my other ones around is where it's at. There's also repeaters like this, although it's set in client mode, which is kind of interesting. So North Abingdon is right by my house. So there you go. Signal's good. We're not hopping. We're just directly connected to this one. This one, the next one, is 5 hops. So it's like 5 hops to get over there. 3 hops, 2. And as time goes on, as hours pass, you'll have more and more information on all of these, and more will pop up. People have some clever names. It's really fun. And here is the current map. Let's see if we're on there yet. We might not be. Yeah, it might take some time. Can I like... Oh, right, because it's not touch. Can I use this? Let's see if it can find us. No, not yet. It'll take some time. So here, let's go into settings. And I'll definitely have to change... I'll have to change some of the... Why isn't the basic channel on here? We'll call this one... what is it? Fast long. Default encryption. This is... No, not secondary. Oh, apparently I already have it. Hold on, let's go back. Where's the main channel? Is it just taking its time for now? Let's see if I have everything else on here. Yeah, so the keys, I'll probably have to I'll have to regenerate a key. There we go, user. All right, so our name is gonna be 3D print SOS node 3. Short name 3DP3. Let's go. We gotta make it official, right? It'll reconnect and we'll hop back on there. About to dox himself? That's all right. I do so many of these live streams. There's so much info on me. It don't matter. That's right. That's true. That's probably all I really needed. I see your nodes on the map now. Yep. Yeah, 3D print 1 and 2, and then Disruptive Ink is going to go to my office on the roof. Look for Discord groups for your local mesh. We have one. It's a big help for new people and coordinate installs. Nice. Yeah, I think I'm just on the general network for now. Not general network. General Discord for now, but I haven't gotten into anywhere more specific. Oh, whoops. New node discovered. Okay. Notification warning. I've advertised my public key. It may indicate low entropy key. You may need to regenerate public keys. Yeah, I'll have to do that. I did it on my other nodes, and it actually started to work. It started to work way better. There we go. As soon as I did that. All right, I guess that means we're back, huh? All right, cool. Yep, so here we're already seeing some more. Cavalry Overwatch. So I was on the other node after a few days. I'm in the 90s. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it'll take a second. What's interesting is I don't even see my nodes that are like here in my house. It's just like it takes some time to propagate. It's really interesting in how all this works. Obviously, they're not constantly pinging their locations and whatnot, so it takes some time. But yeah, usually in settings here on channels. Oh, here we go. Here's the primary channel. Yep, that's all good. So the way that I have it is I have another private channel set up. Why can't that? Private channel set up. And in the private channel, you get a key. So 256 is the most encrypted. So you can copy this key and paste it to another device. Or you can just use, once you make one of these things, you can just use what's it called? A QR code to connect to that specific channel. So now that channel is private from device to another device. And you can add as many on there as those keys. This whole setup is $34 for the rack and $12 for this. So about 50 bucks. There's also some printing. I have some magnets and stuff. You know, nylon. This is glass fiber nylon. You obviously don't have to print it in nylon. So around 50 bucks for this, but you can just use that thing and plug in a battery or even USB-C. So if you have like a USB battery pack, you can just plug it into USB-C. You don't need anything else. So $31 to $35 gets you one of these things. Nodes in your neighborhood are connected to Delaware. Yeah, I know. It went from, so yesterday or earlier today, it was going from Virginia all the way to Delaware. So the connection was incredible. And you know, I'm addicted to it. I don't know why. It's not even that cool. So here's a fun name. This guy's name is Too Slow, going 55 in the left lane. Hilarious. So keep in mind, another thing that's really interesting is right now, this antenna, I'm in the basement, in the valley of the house, with this antenna. Once this thing goes up anywhere, even if it's in a window, I mean, this one's going on the roof, but like even when it's like that, it's kind of insane how much more you get, like immediately. New Age ham radio, yeah. We actually went. Locally. We have a computer and radio museum, and we got a computer tour, and then the ham guy was in there, and he was like, "Hey, you guys want to like get the radio tour as well?" So we jumped in on the radio one, and it was really cool. I learned a lot. I know nothing about radio, and he had a whole ham setup, and he was showing it off and. Yeah, I'm assuming they know about this. Yeah, man, it's super cool. Use my link down below. I printed a Haltech V3 case in polymer. Nice. Glass fiber PA6. Yep, that's what this is. Super impressed with the print. The case feels like a finished product. Yeah, it's the best. The materials are getting so cool. How you liking the Haltech? What kind of battery do you have attached to it? And how is the battery life realistically? I know what people on the internet say. Can you get repeated? Receiving is easier than transmitting. You mean like, should I send a message? It's probably too soon. Like, there isn't enough. But yeah, I think so. Yeah, like I bet in a few hours this thing would be significantly more populated. A lot of hams know of mesh radios. Yeah, I wonder what they think about it. Like, what they actually think about it. Because they, a lot of the ham guys are, well, I don't want to categorize everybody. I simply don't know. But the ones that I've met are all older. They're all older guys. And they're all really old school that have been doing it for years and years and years. So I wonder what this is like to them. Because there is a little bit of a tech side to this thing. Yeah, like this one was I didn't have to do a firmware add-on, which I did with my other two. You know what I mean? But there's a little bit of a tech thing. But then again, they have to set up their whole getup, so I'm not sure. Yeah, send the message. Here, let's do this. I'm going to disconnect from here. And we're going to do a different app. Here. Let's go here. How do I go to home on this? Can I just do it here? Yeah, I want to go to this app. Connect. Phone in use. Lock your phone. All right, so this is social mesh. Come on, load. Wow, this black screen is social mesh. Okay, here we go. Let's cancel. Okay, this is the new one. Let's go. This app is a little bit better. It's a little bit more powerful. And it has a bunch of little different features that are like kind of unique. The settings are a little bit all over the place compared to the original. But there's a bunch of little things that this does better, including just the UI. Heltechs are thirsty, especially the Heltech V4. Heltech V4 can do a watt. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. I have my amateur radios license. Nice. There's quite a few that use mesh too. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Nice. All right, so let's see what this is finding. Oh, cool. Someone has one of these cards. Nico. And it still hasn't found my other, literally my 3 nodes that are upstairs in this house. So I am immediately on 15 though, which is great. So there's only 3 active, but that's because they're not always on permanently. So this app also has these thing called signals, which I guess they're meant to be like a social. No one's using them. I've never seen a single one go up. But you can like put a photo on here and, say something. Oh, going outside. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you can say something that you're doing on here, like an activity, or ask a question, something like that, and you can communicate. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody use this, but interesting feature. This map I actually like better. It has these circles you can add, which helps a lot, and connection lines, and then you can. So right here, we'll do 5 kilometers. So if I zoom out a little bit, you can already get a better idea. So I'm already connected in a pretty big line here. So I like being able to see this part, like the overlapping and how all the hops are working. So you can always click on these things and get a little bit more information about them. So this is a Heltech V3 right here, the North Abingdon repeater. It's about 72 meters away, 6 decibels on the antenna, and you can send a direct message to that node, which is cool. This is us. Yep, another Bel Air node, about 109. Oh, it's 109 meters up, I guess. Is that elevation? Oh, yeah, it's elevation. I thought it was distance. That's why there's a mountain. Yeah, I'm 74. This thing's literally in a valley. 72 for this one. But yeah, basically, it'll just sit here and it'll just keep connecting to more and more. And when you have your own, you can star it. You can give it a little star, favorite it. And the favorite ones have different, they connect faster. There's a bunch of little things that it does. You can message them in a different way. These guys, the VSS Business Solutions, they have several. I noticed a portable one. There's one with a computer icon. and they do the weather, local weather. So yeah, we're already getting a little bit more, and it's only been minutes. Static home base in Elkton. Here, let's send a message. We'll go to our only channel. Hey, look, all the other ones that we were seeing in here earlier, they're all in here. Here's my duck icon. Hey, hey everyone. Doing a live stream build on 3D Print SOS. Whoops, on YouTube. 3D Print SOS. What's up? Nope, we'll just do one of these. Here we go. Let's send this. See if anyone says anything or does anything. Yeah, we have mesh bots on the mesh. Yeah, I actually kind of like the idea. I like the idea of it. I saw another somebody was talking about how they were using it as a group while on protests, which I thought was interesting. Like just the use case itself. Like they didn't want to use their phones. So they used Meshtastic, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of cases for this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Should have said it. Should have said it. But yeah, that's crazy. It's already working. Obviously, we're not going to be able to test the solar panel itself. But the good way to test it is when we just go back. So right here, as you can see, it's telling us we have 14%. So tomorrow, when this thing sits in the sun all day, we'll see it go to like 15, 16%. Or even just 15, and it just goes up a little bit, and it's great. Wildfire and earthquake alerts. Yep. Yeah, that seems cool. Yeah, because you can technically put a whole bunch of sensors on this thing, any kind that you want, because it's just a microcontroller, and you can write all kinds of code, especially with AI now. Very easy. I just built one of these things with AI. Right. Oh, I can't go all the way here. Let's turn it. There we go. You guys see that? So I had it printed for years and years, but there's a Wemos M1 board in there, so it connects to Wi-Fi, and I just had to pull up my my subs and just have it scroll. Kind of cool. I couldn't have done it without AI. Like there's files available online and stuff, but they're very not designer friendly. They're for people who code. There's some use. What are we up to now? We're already up to 23 nodes. DEF CON? Yeah. Yep. Oh, there we go. We got more joining. 24 nodes. So yeah, indoors, in my basement, not line of sight anywhere. I don't know what kind of antenna they're using, or maybe just this particular module here. The rack is just really good. Like, it is just a powerhouse in comparison to the other two. DEF CON firmware, nice. Give you a nice little USB cable that has a purple tip there. Huh. Little sticker in here. It says, "Eat, sleep, mesh, repeat." Should I put that on the back? Why not, right? Oh, it'll there's not enough clean space for it. It's all right. We'll just check it. We'll just check it for now. Here, let's add another message. Channel primary. Anyone see this? New node. There we go. So what kind of range are we talking with that antenna? Like 1 mile, 20 miles, 100 miles? I can kind of show you. So because it's a mesh, I don't know exactly, right? But so from here to here is a little over 5 kilometers, it looks like. Right, hold on. If we go to here, show connection lines. So 20, let's see, 25 kilometers. Are we reaching 25 kilometers? Oh, look at this. We're hitting one in the city. Yep. So this is within 25 kilometers right here. This one to this one. You see that line? Oh, look, we caught another one right here. Cars Mill. I mean, that's pretty far. That's pretty far. Okay, so here. So this right now is 7 kilometers from me. Wait, if I click this, does it tell me exactly? Yeah. Okay, so this is 8 kilometers from me. Interesting. So how far away is the city? 37 kilometers. Yep. Kind of cool. Oh, there we go. We're catching out here already. About to be in Delaware. ESS business is up there, 31 kilometers away. This Elkton one is 45 kilometers. Pretty cool. I'm digging it. Yeah, line of sight. Yep, exactly. Line of sight is key. So this going up on the roof is important. 330 nodes. Max out the contacts list. Wow, nice. Now, how long did it take you to build that? Like, how long did it take to reach that? So we're already at 26. So it looks like a few per minute is coming in. And still, interestingly enough, my other nodes are not here. And they're literally above us. So that must be the way that the polarity of the antenna, like the way that it's facing. But yeah, as soon as I see mine on here, I'll star them, and then that gives us privileges. Oh, here we go. Here's one. And it's already starred. How is that a thing? Wait, how is that possible? Just based on name? Yeah, I'm not even sure how, but it's already started. So there you go. We got ours. One of ours already joined. Yeah, it says it's favorited. All right, well, we'll wait for the other two. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's look it up. Here, let me move this out of the way. So let's grab that link. Let's see if we can find it. From the manufacturer, might have to go there. Return policy, specifications. These are horrible specifications. Oh, here you go, details. It says 1 watt. 1 watt. Runtime for that light is 8 hours, but this will, like I said, I have a whole week running on 2,000 milliamps. There was also this $10 one, 55 lumen, but the box was way smaller. The panel was smaller. So I chose the $12 light. What's in the ceiling floor? Yeah, for sure. Ask Magic Apron? I don't know what that is. My lights won't go on. Absolute trash, it says. It was an AI bot on the website? Oh, was it? Like here? Oh, look at this. Magic Apron. Well, it's alright. We found it in the end. But yeah, right here. 1 watt. I don't know if that's enough or not. But I've only used my other one for 1 day. But I bought 2 of these. So figured might as well. Bionic spotlight, like 25 motion, sun. That's a good one? That's what I used. Alright, let's see. Can I copy this? I can. Let's see which one. Oh, okay. I've actually seen this one on Amazon. Yep. Yep. Nice. Now what's the wattage on this one? Specs. It's solar panel. Okay. Good job. I'm assuming it's similar. It looks really similar in size. Yeah. It was just so cheap, you know. And I didn't have to wait, you know what I mean? I was going to buy something on here, but I was like, whatever. Unfortunately, it doesn't just say here. What battery is in there? By the way. I think it might be exactly the same panel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Why am I doing it with my finger? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is a little bit bigger. Yours is a little bit larger. Lithium battery. Mine is not a lithium battery too, which was also interesting. What are these called, these batteries? They are called... Also, it tells you in the Meshtastic thing, I think, doesn't it? LifePo. That's just another name for me after I do all these projects and hobbies that I'm constantly on. That's what my life is after them. LifePo. My life be Poe after this. Horrible dad joke. 1 out of 10. LifePo. Lithium polymer. Oh yeah, I forgot I have a chair. I can do a little sit-ski. Lower the table. Oh yeah, here we go. But yeah, guys, that's really it. The build was super easy. You know, it has some 3D printing associated, which is always fun. Where did this thing go? Where's my phone at? Oh, here it is. All right, what are we at now? 33. Okay, we found my other one. All right, so we are still out one more. Node 2. Node 2 is probably the furthest away from here. It's on the other side of the house all the way up. So that makes sense. Yeah, technically the Disruptive Ink one is literally above the floor. Home base. I saw this one. They added a little radio icon. STS Bel Air base. Yeah, so they have a. Yeah, like I said, this one has multiple, and no one's saying anything in the messages also. So that's interesting. So the check mark does mean that it posted. If this wasn't set up correctly or there was some issue, it would tell you an error. So 3D print adjacent, yeah. 3% dusk. Oh, cool. Okay. Oh yeah, 4-watt. Nice. Yeah, so 4-watt is probably just better. Watt is probably just better. This guy. Yeah, 4-watt. Solar power. Or is the 4-watt the bulb? Initial charging requires 2 to 5 days of full sun for the initial charge. Life pose lithium iron phosphate. Yep, that's the one. Oh, this is a for sale thread? What the heck? So it looks like they sell them at Lowe's. You can buy them in bulk at Lowe's. I wonder if do they have these in store? No. So they're not actually from Lowe's, but I just wanted to see if they have a spec somewhere. Yeah, like, you know, come to find out, maybe 1 watt is not enough. That's totally possible. Why don't they ever list anything that's of importance? Here we go. Nothing? Cool. Wattage, 4. I mean, that could be, it's hard to tell. It could be the bulb. I think 4 watts the panel. UV camp solar panel charger are great as well at 5 watts. Oh, nice. There is a lot on Amazon. I just wanted to kind of go and pick one up, you know what I mean? Like at the store. Like, just so I don't have to wait and think about it. I get the Harbor Breeze 1 watt lights at Lowe's. Yep. So Dad's RC, is 1 watt enough? Yeah, we can't get it so cheap in Canada. That's a little bit of a bummer. Yeah, Harbor Breeze. I've seen. That's what this mount is for. Oops. Harbor Breeze. Solar. Yeah, this one right here. Yeah, I mean, it looks the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it's literally the same exact thing as what I have, just Lowe's variation. And also, this one is just a single bulb. The other one's RGB for whatever reason. That's why I paid an extra $3 for the bulb that I cut away. Yeah, so according to here, wattage is 1. Okay, yeah, so you're right. Jason, you're right. It's 4 watts for the one you were showing, and it does look like it has 2 more panels, so it's like just a taller, larger panel. I think testing Meshtastic on the USB plug to find draw and then find a solar panel to match. Yeah, right. Well, that's what 5 volts. Right? I don't know what the wattage is. It is if you have a lot of sun, but you get clouds for a few days, probably won't be enough. Interesting. Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Like I said though, if this thing can charge the 2000 milliamps, I have a 2000 milliamp battery on both of my other nodes, and they've been well over a week, and they're in the 60s for batteries. So it should be okay, as long as it can get charged. But yeah, no one, could also be late. Obviously, there's like a whole local thing. It's 11:30 on a Sunday. Who's over here sitting there? It's just me and you guys. Hey, here's the second one. A lot of testing going on. How do I go here? Did I see it here? Pots and pans. Node 1. How is it able? Is it because I'm in this app? Oh, right. So some of the information. So this app has an account. Like I have an account that I'm it's all synced to. So I'm guessing because of that, I can see some things. Like how come I can see Node 2's messages inactive? Node 2. That's got to be because, like, how's that possible? $34. And I can see the messages that I've sent before, but I can't see it here yet. That's kind of wild. I have a lot to learn still. Favorites too. Well, as soon as the other one pops in here. It's not that one. Because I have seen them pop up without the custom name for a while. Like it took some time. Oh, here's another one. Oh, PMK MD56. So yeah, up to 35 nodes already. It's not bad. Oh man, okay, here's where we're going. We're going from South Baltimore. Are we in Delaware? Yeah. There we go. Pots and pans. We are 58 kilometers away. Pretty cool. I'm using 3300 milliamp 18650 and a light, so that should help. Yeah, that should help. That's a much larger battery. It all depends. Temp, location, and sun. Lithium battery and the cold aren't great. Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna experiment. We'll find out. They're going on the roof tomorrow, so we'll know. That's why I favorited your node. Yeah, it's gotta be it. I'm like in the app. It's yeah. It has a lot of clues that's mine. Oh, here's the other one. Here's their computer router, and it is set up as a router. So you can actually set up ringtones for each one. So when a message gets sent from one that you set a custom ringtone for, you'll know that it's coming from there. It's kind of cool. I don't know. It's weird. It's quirky. It's hardware. It's software. There's 3D printed cases. This one isn't portable, but like the portable ones are super fun. Like if we just go to, let's go to, what do you guys think? Printables or MakerWorld? Let's do printables. If we go to printables, hey, Mr. Walkman, I would type in Meshtastic. Like, this is probably the most popular one that I've seen pretty much all over the place. The Heltec V3. Look at that. Look at the design. So cool. Look how fun that is. Actually, where's the ones that right, I'm not logged in. This is the one of the ones that I want to make with the magnet thing, so I could just clip it onto my phone. Oh, here's the Musi antenna. You want to make something like that or something like this, to where I can just have a node that is MagSafe to the back of my phone, like this. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, that would be cool. Oh, this little guy. GPS, buzzer, encoder. A little encoder? What would you use that for? I mean, that's a cool design right there. Made a few of those. Tony G cases. Oh, right here. Yeah, it looks like he has a whole thing going on. Whoa. Look at these little guys. 18 models. Neat. Shockproof LoRa board mounts for PVC pipes. Is that LilyGo? Yeah. Wow. 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 Why? Well, why? I mean, this is so cool. I guess I'm just a nerd. I can't help myself. Oh yeah, I've seen this. You can order a PCB for this. So you can have a standalone device you don't need to hook up. It's pretty cool. Yeah, great designs. Yeah, here's the slightly larger rack. This is the other one that I have. So we have just this portion of it, and we don't have the place for all the other sensors. But yeah, look at that. It uses these antennas even. Those stock antennas. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I see what he did. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's a great design. Look at that. That's great. Just enough for a battery. There's a bunch of remixes to this thing. Yeah, with the antenna. Very cool. Here, let me show you the ones that I printed. I just don't have a photo. Oh, I do have a photo with the antenna. Yeah, here we go. I made a few of these. So it has a 2000 milliamp battery in there, and then the actual board is tiny. Like, it's just on the bottom. It's that Seed Studio board with a USB-C on the bottom. So I was thinking of designing a thing with 2 USBs so that I can just place it in like a dock. So I can just have them sitting there, and whenever I need them, I can just pick them up. So, all right, man. GG. Good night. Thank you for being here, Jason. I'll catch you in another one of these a little later. Appreciate you, man. Put a note on your drone. Seen it. Heard about it. Lots of people do it. Yeah. Yeah, I have a drone that'll fly like, what, 40 minutes? So you can go up high and get maximum signal. All right, let's see where we're at in this app. So we're up to 41 already. No one's mentioned anything yet, but I you know, it's like I said, it's local, so I doubt anyone's up on a Sunday night like us. But 38B6. No, I don't think that's me. I still find it kind of funny that it hasn't found my own node. You'd figure it would kind of like jump to it based on all these other ones, since they're all connected. But apparently that's not how it works. So got a call night. Yeah, man. Background noise, yes. Yeah, I'm probably gonna call it too. But yeah, super fun. I don't know. What are you guys thinking? You guys like this? If you haven't found anything about this. Oh yeah, here's some more stuff. Check this out. So the battery right now is at 14%, and the voltage on the batteries right now is 3.36 volts. So that's pretty cool. Uptime's been 41 minutes, so it gives you like a whole bunch of different stats, even though you're just plugging the battery in directly into that connector. It's kind of cool. Give it to my kids a beeper instead of a phone. Exactly. So yeah, those standalone units that have a screen, there's actually a really nice NRF version. I'm gonna get this one, I think, on Amazon. So if you type in Meshtastic NRF 52, there is these. So this one doesn't have a battery, but there's one that you can kind of get everything right here. This even has a GPS. So yeah, this one ESP32, not the V4. I want this one. No, T114. This guy. So the reason why this is cool is because this has a screen. Mind you, it's going to be limited what you can use this thing for. But still, it includes a GPS if that's what you wanted for more precise things and tracking and stuff. But it comes with a little case, so you can technically give this thing to your kid. And if they have a phone, you can give them an old Android, which is how I did it. But yeah, I would go with something like this. Whoops, I didn't mean to hit play there. This person is just going to assemble it. Yeah, I actually don't, to be honest, I don't know what this ends up showing on the screen. Like, I have no idea. I've only ever seen it show this. Yeah, 950 battery is probably a little too low, but it's meant to be like a quick portable thing, not something that will just sit there forever. But yeah, ESP32 seems significantly cheaper, but the problem is it's way more power hungry, so you kind of want to stick with the NRF chips. This is a knockoff of the Hal. No, it's still Haltech. So this just doesn't have battery or GPS. That's why it's cheaper. Yeah, I think I'll pick up something with a screen just so I can see what's going on with that whole thing. There's also this unit that's really cool. This just seems like a nice professional package. I mean, you know, it's on sale for $80 right now. It is $80 though. Like for $80, I can put up a couple of these things. But it is neat. You still can't use the screen for typing or anything. You still need to use an app on a device like this. But you can use your computer as well. So. It's fun and cheap. Haltech T114. Yeah. Solar and battery input. Oh, nice. So it has that too. Check the rack tag. Yeah. Right. I've seen it. Why can't I type sometimes? I find the screens useless. Do they say anything on the screens? Like, can you see messaging on the screens? Nice, 1000 milliamp in there. Waterproof. Nice. There's a bunch of these card-like things. So this one has GPS. So the point of this would be to use this for tracking. You'd put this on a backpack if you're going out there skiing, snowboarding, whatever. Throw this in your car, that type of thing. And you can use the GPS tracking portion of this thing. $50 is not bad. I was about to say, does it have magnets? Cool. Charging port, LED, user button. They do, but I use my phone for everything. Yeah, same. Okay, so if they do, that's at least useful. You can use it like a okay, here's the question, Dad's RC. Can you use it like a pager? Can you have this little blue box, and then it'll either beep or vibrate if it has that capability, and can it show a message? It does have 2 buttons, right? 2 buttons for inputs or something. I don't think it's touchscreen. I have the tag note for my everyday carry node. Nice. Cool. That's a good idea. Compact. So the cheapest you can go if you don't do batteries or anything, if you just want to mess around, $37. Not bad. You know, terrible antenna though. Yes. Okay, so that was yes to it shows a message. So if the screen shows a message, then that's not bad at all then. Meshtastic NRF 52. So $49 gets you everything that you need to run in this little portable thing, and it has a GPS. That's not bad. I like the card idea, but I also like this idea too. Also, this tracker, I've seen this thing's pretty cool too, and this is $40. This doesn't have a battery. That's the problem. This one, even though it's a tiny battery, that battery will still last a long time. So can you get them from... So under $50 is possible. I mean, shoot, this is 5% off at 75. It's not even bad. Here's a 3,000 milliamp battery for 52. I would get this over the other one. That's cool. Here's another tag. Think Note M3. $44. Yeah, I've seen this sense cap everywhere. 48. 52 at 10%. I've seen these two, but there's no USB-C. This would be difficult to utilize for firmware-wise. But I've taken a look at them. I think they're in my cart. $55. See, I mean, these racks, seems like the racks are just really good. Really good price. So just on this, based on this really limited search, I would do this one. Does it even come with this little funky case? Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do this. This is, you know, I would do it the other way, so it's a little thicker, but more compact. Yeah, this seems pretty cool. I like the pager idea. I'm actually gonna add this to my cart. So there you go. We're adding that in there. Hey, Canuck, what's going on, man? You've caught us at the end of the stream. All right, y'all. So we're just a few... How long has this thing been up? About 50 or so minutes? Just under an hour. We got 44 connections. One... Oh, okay, so it still doesn't see 2. Oh, well, it'll get there. Let's go back to our map real quick. Let's hit this button. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 in the city now. One even further down in Dundalk. 36 kilometers from me. And then up this way and over and into Delaware. I mean, I was in Philadelphia earlier, so a couple more hours, we're gonna be in Philly. Yeah, pots and pans, 58 kilometers away. Pretty cool. Here, and this is my favorite way to look at it. Heat map and range circles. Yeah, so this is a really dense area, surprisingly. So a bunch of people doing it with us, and whoever has it in Baltimore must have it on top of one of the tall buildings or something. Because the fact that I can reach it is pretty cool. Yeah, like this, if we're reaching this, we're just repeating it to here. That makes sense. This person must have a huge antenna. Pots and pans. Cool. Super fun. A bit of a bummer that no one's on here saying nothing, but that's okay. It is what it is. Like here's, you can see there's been a bunch of conversations talking about restaurants and stuff in here. Pretty cool. Hey Brian, what's up, man? Picture in picture on the phone. Just me rambling in the background noise of your room. There's a mesh from Oregon to Canada. Yeah, I definitely got to check this out. I think on the next node that I'll build or get, I'll throw mesh core on there just to mess with it, or on the one that I carry every day, I'll throw it on there just to mess around. I actually really like this. I think this is super clean, cool design. The design on the outside could maybe be a little better, not better, but different. But I like the antenna integration. Just this like card idea and everything clips together. It's cool. Clever. That's nice. Anyway, all right, y'all. I'm gonna pack up shop here. Gotta start the week, but at least we got to do it with a live stream, right? Australian Mesh is linked to Tasmania over the ocean. That's so cool. Just the fact that it's just us, like it's people doing it, not some company. Pretty cool. I love it. I love the whole idea. All right, everybody. Thank you for being a part of the stream. I hope you guys had fun with this little weird, wacky one on a Sunday night. I know I did. If you guys are gonna grab one of these on Amazon or something, hit the links down below. Well, there's a Home Depot link, but then there's an Amazon link. I'd appreciate it as always. Hey, Agromagnet, and night to you as well. All right, next time we're gonna see each other on a live stream. I do have the Cobra S1 Max combo to undo, as well as a resin machine. We'll have to reserve that for a little later. I have no desk space. I'm testing too many machines. I got the Sparks. I got the what's this thing called? Cobra X. I have the Q2C. I have the Prusa Core. Even though I've already done a video on it and included in a bunch of stuff, it's still fun to use. I have this thing to finish modifying. I have the Snap Maker. I have a bunch of mods on the Creality K2 Plus. It's endless. I have endless mods for the Trident. There's too much, but unboxing them at least gets me moving in the right direction. So that's what we're gonna do next. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great night. Let's see if anyone is on my list. No, everyone's offline for jumping on a raid. That's okay. Anyone know of a raid? I see there's 12 people on Twitch. I thought there would be less. Since we have 12, do you guys know of anyone that's streaming? Let's see if there's anyone in 3D printing right now. I mean, obviously, we know Maker Deck, right? But Warframe, Counter-Strike. Makers and Crafting, Stephen Poole. Stephen Poole sounds really familiar. Oh, yeah. I remember Stephen. All right, Bob Ross. All right, we're going to jump to Stephen Poole. Let me copy his name. All right, let's go back here. Channel. And then we're going to do a raid. And Stephen Poole 86. And we'll do a little raid, say hi, and then I'll cut it and we'll go. All right, y'all. Yeah, Steam Pool, cool. All right, guys, I'm gonna mute myself and the music, and we'll do a raid, and I'll see you guys. Oh, no sound. Okay. How can there be no sound?
I appreciate it.
Oh, there we go.
I usually watch your stream all the time. I just been busy helping out a friend here with his P1S and not giving him good first layers with a .2 nozzle. Giving him a hard time. So when you guys streaming?